Good morning. Abstinence, Experience, Strength, and Hope from members of Overeaters Anonymous. I've actually read this one prior to doing the recording, and it's a great one. Love it. So here we go. This is Abstinent and Smoke Free. At the basis of my disease was an inability to accept myself the way I am. 6'1", left-handed, flat-chested, large-hipped. As a child of an alcoholic, I learned the art of self-loathing early in life. My adolescence was acutely painful. By the age of 15, food was my chief comfort and self-derision was my favorite pastime. I've always known I was a compulsive overeater. I was also aware that if I drank much at all, I would probably become an alcoholic. So I avoided booze, but I ate instead. I survived to midlife on the yo-yo cycle of pills, diets, and very often depressed. I began my recovery from compulsive overeating at the same time that my alcoholic parent joined AA. I went to OA meetings because I wanted to contribute to the health of my family, not because I was motivated by self-love. During the first year, I continued to overeat, so for a long time I did not count that year as recovery. But I gave up my major addictions to destructive relationships and food. I got a sponsor and worked the steps. I trained myself to eat only 3 meals a day and went to every OA meeting I could. The second year, I found a very lanky sponsor and tried a food plan that she suggested. I shrank to a weight even thinner than what I'd been at 12. I felt like a child again. My menstrual cycle ceased for the next 3 years. I had no idea that anorexia was a part of my disease. It was only through the loving confrontations and support of OA friends that I found the courage to let go of my rigidity concerning food. My years in OA have been ones of personal growth. In them, I've come face to face with enormous amounts of fear. It seemed that behind each fear was another, an endless supply of terror that kept me clinging to anything that offered security. My best friends were cigarettes. It took me a long, long time to admit that smoking hampered my recovery by masking my feelings. I knew if I knew I was still using, but I was terrified I'd gain weight if I quit. How could I, abstinent so long, quit smoking and risk losing control? By working the OA program and with with very definite help from my higher power, who removed my desire for cigarettes, I was able to quit. The miracle is that I only gained about 15 pounds, which I've read is a typical weight gain experienced by people who quit smoking. At times, my abstinence was a 2 on a scale of 1 to 10, but not once was I drawn to my old ally, sugar. I can't minimize the experience of quitting smoking. It was awful, terrible at times, but the 12-step program made it possible. Over and over, I said to myself, nobody said this was going to be easy, but it is possible. I grieved my smokes. I cried for no reason. I suffered anxiety attacks. I went to a lot of meetings. In July of last year, I celebrated 7 years in OA, my 40th birthday, and 1 year without cigarettes. I am very happy with myself. This is the reason I accept myself today just as I am, 40 years old, wrinkly, single, a size bigger, and not a bit richer. I love me. What a gift I've been given myself. What miracles have come from just these 3 little words. Keep coming back. And this message is from a member in Santa Cruz, California. Yeah, I parallel the cigarettes in long-term recovery. It took me about 20, 21, 22 years of recovery to finally let go of cigarettes 100%. I would quit and come back and quit and come back and quit and come back. But I still have a nicotine patch in my wallet today, and it's been about 8 years, I think, going 8 or 9 years now. I don't remember a specific date. I just know it was a little bit. I think I quit the summer before it was my last year teaching full time. So that might have been 2015 or 2016, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it's been a bit, and I was always asking and hoping for that feeling of knowing that I was completely done. Like I knew that I was completely done with drugs and alcohol when I came to NA, and I've never really struggled with using with the I mean, I've had using thoughts, of course. I've had little passing moments, but I've never had a real strong call or struggle with abstaining from drugs and alcohol. But cigarettes I struggled with for those whole 20 years. I remember I tried to quit when I had maybe, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months clean, and it was a dismal experience. My sponsor actually told me to start smoking again because I was going out of my head. But um, yeah, and I'm just grateful that I woke up this morning with the desire to do my do my readings, and connect with my higher power, and to connect with whoever's watching here. Here's a bit. If you watch even a couple of minutes of this, good God, if you get to this point, that's 7, 8 minutes in now. If you get to this point and you have a comment, please drop me a comment. I'd love to hear your response. I'm going to continue doing this. The idea was to adventure into, 12 different 12-step fellowships morning readings. But it's really clear that this is instrumental to my recovery, is to surrender my eating and to really embrace what OA has to offer. Um, I still don't know if I'm going to, become a consistent OA meeting maker. I might keep dabbling in there. We'll see. But I think I want to finish out the year of this reading. Um, but anyways, but just interested in OA stories and connections and comments. All right. Have a great day.